Several days had passed. Ah, here's something we haven't run into before. I accompanied the captains to a meal at Sumi.
いやー、佐野、お前は本当によくやった。まさか、報奨金でみんなにご馳走したいなんて言ってくれるとはな。
新八さん、褒めるならそこじゃなくて、生殺を守りきったってところじゃない？
いや、そこはもちろん褒めるけどな。それ以上にここの感情を佐野が持ってくれるってことに感激して涙がちょちょぎれそうで。
Oh my god.
みんな、今夜は佐野のおごりだ。目いっぱい飲んで日頃の憂さを晴らしてくれ。
てめえ、人の金だと思って。
佐野さん、ありがとよ。今日は感情を気にせず好きなだけ飲ませてもらうからな。
みんながみんなお酒を飲めるわけじゃないんだけどね。
そう言わずに、せっかく来たんだからうまいものをたんと食っとけ。
そうですよね。土方さんも遠慮せずにたくさん飲んでくださいね。
いや、俺は酒は。
へえ、まさか泣く子も黙る新選組副長ともあろう方が飲めないなんて言いませんよね。
Well, about that.
てめえ、知ってて言ってやがるだろう。わざとらしいんだよ。
I wasn't sure if it was all right of me as a woman to be joining them. But it was an incredibly rare opportunity for me to visit Shimabara. I guess I could enjoy the festivities while here.
おおきにお頼申します。
A geigi in a beautiful kimono stepped through to greet us with a smile that was both dazzling and demure. Her skin was as white as porcelain, with soft red highlights. Her lips looked soft and full, and her hair shone in the light like yards of fine silk. For a moment, I stared in awe of her beauty, my own sex forgotten. Something flickered in her eyes, but it was gone almost immediately. Then she smiled, and it was like watching a flower bloom.
今晩お相手させていただきます。君菊どす。すぐにお料理もできますよって、存分に楽しんでいってください。
Indeed it had, and once the food had arrived, the party truly began.
やっぱ高い酒は違うな。喉がキューッとするよ、キューッと。
スケ、お前さっきから飯も食わずに飲んでばっかじゃねえか。すきっ腹で飲むと酔いが回るのが早いぞ。
いや、豚書じゃこんな高い酒飲めねえし、飯で腹いっぱいにしちまうのがもったいなくてさ。
貧乏くせえセリフだな。今日ぐらいは気にしないで飲んでいけよ。
さすが傷っ腹、いやいや太っ腹。
楽しんでるか？ん？全然飲んでねえじゃねえか。
I can't drink, so I'm just enjoying the food.
お、そうだったっけ？そんじゃ料理をたらふく食っとけよ。せっかく来たんだから楽しんでいかねえと損だぞ。
Thanks. Still, it was the first time I'd ever eaten anything expensive. Although, to be honest, I couldn't taste much of a difference.
新選組の土方藩って鬼のような方と聞いてましたけど、なんや役者みたいなええ男どすな。
よく言われる。
The real Hijikata got this a lot too. Kimihiko and Hijikata-san chatted easily while she poured him his sake, looking almost too beautiful to be real, like they stepped out of a painting.
にしても立て札を守っただけでこんだけの報奨金が出るんなら、全員捕まえてたらどれだけの大金がもらえてたんだろうな。なあ佐野、どうして逃がしちまったんだ？8人くらいならなんとかできねえ数じゃねえだろう。
わあ、俺もそれが不思議だったんだ。敵を絶対に逃がさないよう取り囲んでたんだろ。一旦捕まえたやつもいたらしいのに、本当は何があったんだよ。
Harada fell silent, his face slipping into a frown. He stayed that way for a moment or two. And then looked inexplicably at me.
お前あの晩どこかに出かけなかったか？
Eh? Nani? I hesitated, unsure of what he was getting at. No, I didn't go anywhere. Why?
本当にあの夜は外に出てねえんだな。
Oh, I'm sure. I've never left the compound alone, ever.
おい、どうしたんだ？
見間違いであってくれりゃいいんだが、あの晩は月も出てなくて暗かったからな。だがあれだけ近くで見たんだ。絶対に間違うはずがねえ。
Harada, what are you talking about?
いや、実はだな。立て札を引っこ抜こうとした土佐藩士を取り囲んだ時、お前によく似た顔の女に邪魔されて囲みを破られちまったんだ。
What? The whole room went silent. Harada just spoke above a whisper, but each of us could hear him perfectly. A girl who looked just like me.
まあそんな時もある。何にせよ今日は佐野のおごりだ。朝まで飲もうぜ。
賛成。今日は限界に挑戦してやるぜ。
In just a few minutes, Heisuke and Nagakura had the party back in full swing, but I couldn't get my mind off what Harada had said. Then, what had he seen? I felt perplexed, I think is the correct word. Yep. To be honest, I wasn't quite sure what I feel. I hadn't gotten in Harada's way, of course. There was no way I could have. But I felt bad. Someone who looked just like me made things more difficult for the Shinsengumi. I didn't know who she was, but our shared appearance made me feel responsible somehow. Who was this strange girl?
さっきの佐野さんの言葉気にしてるの？
Oh. Yeah, I am. I was wondering how someone could look just like me.
もしかしたら狐つきってやつかもしれないね。眠ってるうちに狐に操られて自分でも気づかず今日の街を徘徊してるとか。
Do you really think that's what happened? Maybe he was right. Maybe I was the culprit.
あのさ、冗談に決まってるでしょ。いちいち深刻に受け止めないでくれる？つまらないから。
すみません。Wait, why am I apologizing?
まあそれはそれとして。覚えてる？前に平介と一緒に巡察に出た時、君とそっくりな女の子に会ったでしょ。
Oh. Of course! The girl to whom Okita said I bore a striking resemblance. I'd almost forgotten about her. Her name was Kaoru. Do you think she was the one who kept Harada from capturing all the Tosa men?
君にそっくりな女の子が今日に何人もいると思う？
Well, no, but she was just a normal girl. She didn't look like the kind of person who would try to sabotage Shinsengumi.
人間、見た目じゃわからないものだよ。あの札にどんな意味があるのか、今日に住んでる人が知らないはずないし。
There was no doubt in his voice. So, what would you do if the girl was the same one who Harada saw?
それ、帰ってくる答えが分かってて聞いてるでしょ。殺すよ、もちろん。たとえ女の子だろうと、敵は敵だし。
He was right. I had known that he would choose to kill her, but to actually hear the cold finality of his words, I couldn't just pretend I was okay with it today. I need to go use the facilities. I just couldn't bear to stay in the room any longer. Were the girl we'd seen and the one who'd interrupted Harada one and the same? If she was interfering with the Shinsengumi on purpose, did that mean she was an imperialist? Water break. Or was she simply doing it for her own enjoyment? After all, there wasn't a person in Kyoto who didn't know the name of the Shinsengumi. She had to know what would happen to her if she challenged them.
姿が見えねえと思ったらこんなところにいたのか。どうしたんだ。ここの料理は口に合わねえか。
Yeah. It's wonderful. The food, I mean. It's something else.
原田が見た女のことを気にしてんのか。邪魔をした女は別にお前の知り合いってわけでも何でもねえんだろう。
Well, yes, of course not. There was no hiding my thoughts from him, it seemed.
ならお前が悩む必要はねえ。俺たちの問題だからな。それともまた掃除のやつにくだらねえ冗談でも言われたのか。
I guess my face must have said it all, since Hijikata-san looked like he understood immediately.
たくあいつはいつまでたってもあの物騒な冗談をやめやがらねえ。新入り大使にも悪影響だっていつも言ってるんだがな。
Without a word, he moved over next to me and... sat down. I could feel a warm breeze drifting in through the open window.
よーし、盛り上がってきたな。そんじゃ佐野、いつものやってくれ。いつもの。
来た来た来た。これがないと佐野さんと飲んでるって感じがしないんだよな。
たく、しょうがねえな。こんだけ期待されたらやらねえわけにもいかねえか。
よく言った。そんじゃ姉ちゃん、墨と筆持ってきてくれ。
Their voices echoed out from the other room, drifting through the warm air. The look on Hijikata-san's face was one I'd never seen before.
変わらねえなあいつらは。
Eh? I'm sorry?
江戸で貧乏道場を切り盛りしてた頃、ちょっと金が入るとああやって夜遅くまで飲んだくれてたんだよ。国難に備えて剣術を習いたがるやつは多かったが、 うちみてえな芋拳法を教わりに来る物好きはいなくてな。道場の経営もカツカツで、雨漏りはするわ、隙間風は吹き込むわのひでえありさまだったが、絶対にここで終わりゃしねえ。近藤さんを人角の人物にしてやるって思ってたもんだぜ。どうした？ぼーっとして。もしかして俺たちにそんな時代があったなんて想像できねえか？
Well, yes. When I met them, Hijikata-san was already the commander of the Shinsengumi. So I couldn't even imagine in my dreams that they had such a rough start.
正直だな、お前は。だが俺もたまに思うよ。薬箱抱えて行商してた俺が大小さして幕府に仕えてるなんて。もしかしたら長くて幸せな夢をずっと見続けてるんじゃねえかってな。
The moon rose outside our window, and as he looked up, its light washed over his face, a cool glow playing across his handsome features. Just like Kimigiku had said, he was as good-looking as an actor. After her, though, a girl like myself had to seem awfully plain, especially next to a man as beautiful as he.
苦しい。佐野、もうやめてくれ。笑いすぎて息ができねえ。てめえ、俺を殺す気か。
Holy shit!
バカ野郎、てめえがやってくれって頼んどいて途中でやめろってのはどういう了見だよ。
佐野さん最高。もう一回。
Can you tell they're drunk? The party lasted until morning. Sure we get to see that soon. There was the Fury Corpse to worry about, and now a girl who looked just like me. It was a lot to think about, but it was hard to feel down when everyone around me was having such a great time. I'm saying it right now, we're going to be skipping a lot right now. So, potatoes. Roasted potatoes. Okay, we're skipping. This is a lot. We're gonna be skipping now. Chapter 4. We have seen this too many times. This is part of every route. Keeping my brain entertained, I'm sorry. You've been through this so many times. And we're also escaping this because we know what's going on. I'm gonna get to His sword hissed through the air, and I felt the metal of its blade burn into the flesh of my skin. This is where we're gonna go because I have no clue if this changes or not. A sharp pain seared in through my wound. The Fury saw my blood dripping, and his eyes became even more mad. I almost said smad. Blood sprang from the cut. I pressed down on it desperately with my free hand, but to no avail. Thick red liquid spilled between my fingers, fled down my arm and onto the floor.
血だその血をもっと俺によこせ
The Fury became increasingly erratic, and he started licking the blood-stained sword. He began to creep towards me, his movements odd and jerky like a massive spider. Oh no. My back slammed against the wall. I'm going to die. Just when I prepared myself for death, I suddenly remembered Okita's words from earlier that day.
妙な遠慮はやめなよ。頼るべき時は頼ればいいんだからさ。
Okita, everyone. Someone help! He was down on his hands and knees, licking my spilled blood off the floor. There was no samurai there. It seemed what little humanity he had left. He had left him entirely. Oh my god. I used his distraction to gain distance from him. Please, I beg to any god who might be listening, let someone come.
足りないこれだけでは足りない
He looked up from the floor. My sleeve was soaked in blood from the cut on my arm. His eyes locked onto me, and I saw him light up with animalistic hunger. His grin was a nightmarish thing.
それだお前の血をもっとよこせ
He kicked the floor roughly and came charging at me. No! There was no doubt he was going to kill me. I froze.
伏せろいいって言うまで絶対に頭を上げるんじゃねえ
I heard a voice from nearby, and I immediately followed the orders and ducked. The Fury seemed to be shocked to see Hijikata-san coming out of nowhere. The Fury spun to attack Hijikata-san, but the commander's sword was faster. His twisted cry reverberated from the room's walls. He writhed in agony, but his sword started to heal. His wound started to heal immediately, not his sword.
今のうちだ雪村こっちへ来い
Hey! As I ran to his side, I heard other footsteps pounding down the hallway.
無事か
こいつまさかこいつこの間落ち水を飲まされた大使だなここまで狂っちまっちゃ生かしておくわけにはいかねえか
At some unspoken signal, a chorus of blades slid from their scabbards.
新発さん佐野さん抜かるんじゃねえぞてめえ誰に物を言ってやがるんだ
羅刹だろうがなんだろうが波の大使に遅れを取るわけねえだろ
They fanned quickly, circling the wounded soldier. There was no escape.
悪く思うなよ
The captains all attacked at once, and the Fury was killed almost instantly. The excitement was over. Or so I thought. But it hadn't been only the captains who heard my cry for help.
まったくこんな夜中に何の騒ぎですの？
伊藤さん。
Ito rubbed his still sleepy eyes, stepped into the room, and froze.
何なのですかこれは。そこの大使には見覚えがありますわ。確か大気違反で切腹させたはずでは。それにこの地、あなた方の仕業ですの？
伊藤さん、違うんだ。これはさ。
何が違うのですか？幹部総出で寄ってたかって大使をなぶり殺しにするなんて。誰か説明なさい。
Ito was fuming and screaming.
皆さん申し訳ありません。私の不注意が原因です。
Son. Seeing son, Ito's eyes grew wide.
三男さん？なぜ亡くなったはずのあなたがここに？
The captains fell silent. Eventually,
これ以上隠し通すこともできねえか。雪村、お前は席を外してろ。今夜は俺の部屋を使って構わねえ。
I know me being here won't do anything, but I wonder if they'll be alright. Would they be able to explain the situation enough to Ito so that he wouldn't freak out? There was so much to worry about, but Hijikata-san looked at me sternly.
聞こえねえのか。席を外せって言ったんだ。
Hi. I was worried, but I knew there was something else I could do. I knew there was nothing else I could do, so I left the room.